Picture this. During a spacewalk outside a station, an astronaut loses grip, a tether, snaps, and they begin to drift, slowly at first, then farther and farther. The instinct on Earth is simple: send someone after them. But in orbit, that's exactly what you can't do, and here's why. Space isn't an ocean, it's orbital mechanics. In low Earth orbit, everything is already flying around the planet at about 17,500 miles per hour. A tiny push, just a few feet per second of speed, changes your path dramatically. If an astronaut drifts away with even a small relative velocity, they don't float nearby. They slide into a slightly different orbit. In orbit, you can't point at a target and burn straight toward it. To meet up, you must perform a series of carefully timed maneuvers: speed up to drop lower, slow down to go higher, wait for the orbits to phase, then make precise corrections. That choreography takes planning, fuel, and time, none of which a drifting astronaut has. A spacesuit is a miniature spacecraft with a very short leash. You've got limited oxygen, finite battery power, and carbon dioxide scrubbers that saturate. Even under ideal conditions, the life support window is measured in hours, not days. Add stress, heavy breathing, or a minor leak, and that window shrinks. Now compare that to what a rescue would require. Suit up, safety checks, route planning, tool prep, depressurizing, the airlock, exiting, navigating handrails, or undocking an entire spacecraft and flying a rendezvous profile. That's far longer than a suit can keep someone alive. What about sending another astronaut after them with a jetpack? Modern spacewalkers carry a small emergency unit, a compact jetpack designed for self-rescue, not pursuit. It carries only a small amount of propellant, enough to cancel a gentle drift and get back to structure. If someone's already separating at a few feet per second, that limited fuel won't cover the chase and the return. And if a rescuer overcommits and runs short, you now have two people drifting. Within minutes, the person is a speck against an ocean of black and blinding sunlight. A white suit in glare or shadow is incredibly hard to spot. If the transponder signal is blocked or weak, you're hunting a human-sized object from a moving platform in a 250-mile-high orbit at highway rifle speeds. Even radar has trouble with something that small at that distance in geometry. If you can't track precisely, you can't plan a safe intercept. Why not rotate the whole station and go get them? Because the station is the size and mass of a small town in the sky. Maneuvering it burns precious propellant reserved for attitude control and reboosts, risks stressing solar arrays and radiators, and changes docking geometry for visiting vehicles. Even if you tried, large burns still require orbital phasing. You don't just point and go. You can't launch a rescue from Earth. A dramatic rocket from Florida rescue? Not possible. Launch vehicles need days to weeks of prep, exact timing to match the orbital plane, and additional phasing orbits to rendezvous. By the time a rocket arrived, the suit would be long out of power and air. Movies love this idea, physics doesn't. Risk management. Don't create two victims. Space agencies have clear rules. You don't risk multiple lives on a rescue with slim odds and no time margin. Every additional spacewalker means more suit prep, more consumables, more complexity, and higher probability of a second accident. If the only realistic chance was self-rescue and that window closed, the hard protocol is to protect the rest of the crew. What actually happens to a drifting astronaut? If separation is small and caught immediately, the astronaut uses handholds, a safety tether, or the emergency jetpack to stop the drift and return. Crewmates can sometimes assist within arm's reach using tethers and controlled pulls. That is the real rescue. If separation grows beyond that, the timeline turns grim. Oxygen falls, carbon dioxide rises, batteries drain, and radios go quiet. The body would continue in orbit along that new path. Depending on altitude and atmospheric drag, re-entry could happen months or years later, with the suit incinerating on the way down. So why do spacewalks at all? Because spacewalking achieves things robots can't: delicate repairs, upgrades, emergency fixes. To stack the odds in favor of coming home, crews train obsessively for prevention. Two-tether rule. You're clipped in redundantly almost all the time. Handrails everywhere. Choreographed paths minimize free drift. Buddy procedures. Partners stay within line of sight and can reel each other in. Strict timelines, movement, tool usage, and turns are pre-planned to the minute. Conservative calls if anything looks off. Visibility, fatigue, minor suit issues. The EVA is curtailed early. On Earth, a rescue team can step on the gas and be there in minutes. In orbit, fast isn't possible. You're dancing inside gravity's clockwork, and every move must be timed to the second. Suits can't support a multi-hour pursuit across drifting orbits. Stations can't sprint, rockets can't launch on command. That's why mission planners design operations so that the only rescue you'll ever need is the one the astronaut can do in the first 30 to 60 seconds. Stop the drift, arrest the relative speed, and get back on structure. It's not that space agencies won't rescue a drifting astronaut. It's that, once the window for self-rescue closes, a rescue in the movie sense can't be done before life support runs out. In space, prevention isn't just better than cure, it's the only cure that exists. Life in space shows us how fragile and unpredictable our world really is. If you want to explore more shocking stories, check out our other videos. For example, what would really happen if all humans suddenly disappeared from Earth? Or why in some parts of India, men are being kidnapped and forced into marriage? Don't miss them, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable stories.